And a good morning to our listening audience, our ones and twos, our faithful fews.
So me lad.
We're trying to be illiterate, not illiterate, alliterate. We're trying to make vowels, words that start with the same. Jim and Jerry, Tom and Terry.
Larry and Barry.
Not quite the same. That has to be the same first letter.
Okay.
So consonant. So Larry and Linda. Larry and
Excuse me
Louise
for the coughing.
And yeah, you're excused. What's
Well,
wrong
you
with
said
you?
it's dry down here. That's why you're
It is dry.
force feeding me
You got
coffee.
a coffee in front of you. This is the Jim and Terry Show. I'm one of your hosts, Terry.
And I'm the other one, Jim.
And we're in Bob Cajun, bright sunny Bob Cajun. We did dodge a tornado, and I'll just let it go. Nothing happened. I tied down our roof. We have a corrugated roof over our deck, and I thought, it's going to get under there and just try to lift the whole thing.
And I was probably sitting at a greenery.
Oh my!
Which I've seen get completely bombarded by Mother Nature. I
Hail?
don't know if you remember the ice storm when there was hail.
Yes.
It just destroyed almost every one of their...
glass was shattering? And
Well, they're more plastic top.
Oh, okay.
But they do have a fiber glassy type one, which you wouldn't want to smash around because there's great big sheets. Anyways, it all comes together. They eventually get another
the greenhouse
top
is full of sheets.
Uh-huh.
Okay. Let's talk about things that we have encountered in the news or hearsay. Have you heard?
Yeah, all kinds of stuff I think that we've heard. I'm sorry for your difficulties with your medical issues with your family here.
Here's a shout to my mother-in-law who's now in the hospital seeking overnight for treatment. She was in excruciating pain with we thought it was a dislocated shoulder. You can reach while I'm talking.
I know.
So you don't have to worry about staying in front of the microphone while you reach. Anyway, here's to EMS who were so magnificent from the desperate voice that I must have had, and the operator at 911, once they connected me to EMS and ambulance services, she offered to stay on the line because I thought my mother-in-law was going to pass out, and they said the danger in passing out is vomiting and choking on her own vomit. So they wanted to stay on the line in case I ran into difficulties, and
so
it
make
was
sure she
wonderful.
falls on her face.
Well, I guess that's what it was all about, just to keep the airways clear. How do you do that if she's fallen down on her face? And so EMS, here's a kudos, a shout out to the emergency medical services and those who train for such things as a desperate son-in-law calling on behalf of his passing out mother-in-law who's recovering from a full knee replacement at age 90.
And it's funny because she looks so good for 90. Well, I think you're not supposed to say that. She looks so good.
Well, let me throw this one. As the EMS was carrying her out on she couldn't get her on a stretcher, so they put her on a chair so she could just transfer weights sort of from chair height to chair height. He glanced back at me as they were going out the front door and said, so just so I can be clear, what are you in relation to the patient here? Are you her partner? And my shoulders sunk.
And I'm telling you right now, you don't look 90, Terry.
I
You
don't look
really
a day
good.
over 85.
But that's how good she looks.
That is how good she looks.
Yeah. So keep going. God bless her.
Keep
Hope
going.
it just keeps going.
Makes me want to go out and do some more runs at the backyard and get my calisthenics routines going. All right, stuff that we've heard is in the news, and I'm going to start with the numbers. Maybe this can be a numbers themed. 1776. $1.776 billion. Okay, you take it from there.
Well, no, I'm just saying it is actually it's Donald J. Trump doing a money grab on the American public. Taxpayer. What happened is it's basically, as the president, he was suing his own government for $10 billion. And you and I talked about it. We knew there'd be a settlement.
We talked last week.
We knew there'd be a settlement. Now, the settlement is more than just the money, but he wants let's say $1.8 billion. That's
I don't want to round it up because 1776 is the year of the American Revolutionary War.
Gotcha.
It's 1776.
I knew it rang a bell.
250 years. God bless America.
Yeah.
Mom and apple
so
pie.
He's right in front of the American people, even putting that number figure on it. He's basically really giving the middle finger, saying, I'm just going to take you for all I can. And that fund goes under his control completely. There's a board, but he can fire any of them anytime he wants. So basically, it's 1 point.
And who appoints the board?
Trump.
Trump appoints the board that's going to dispense the funds, $1.776 billion.
Yeah.
And who is going to receive this money?
Well, the money is going to go to the people that Trump thinks were wrong with, like the insurrectionists.
That's right, January 6th. Here we go.
Killed police officers and beat police officers. They'll be maybe getting some money. I personally don't think they will. I think it's all going to go to the Trump organization. That's my personal opinion. It's as dark as you can get without using that word you don't like me using, evil. It's as dark as you can bloody well get, and it goes further than that, Terry.
Okay, take me to the next level of dark.
He's now also in this agreement. He's exempt from any past taxes. Him, his sons, his businesses, and everything cannot be looked into for tax fraud.
Even though his business has already been a 34-count felony for falsifying business records in the state of New York.
Basically, if you read the fine print, as I understand it, you can investigate into the future. He's exempt. He's exempt from all, and his family, and his businesses. It's all part of his retribution, as if he's God, like I put in my song.
You're right.
He's retribution as if God. So he wants retribution against his enemies. And quite frankly, my brothers and sisters in the United States, that happens to be you, because you're going to pay that $1.776 billion.
Is that out of the tariffs that they're paying as well?
Oh, no, it's just out of just wherever they can grab the money from. It's just a complete money grab. Same as he's not going to pay back the fines for the tariffs and everything else. He's just not going to do it.
No, I don't think anyone's received a repayment for the tariffs they've been forced to pay.
Well, I think America's done, but I've said that. I don't think they're going to recover, because he's going to have to make a move, and that move is to keep him in power or his family, and or the people that'll completely be under his control until that day.
Okay, the day of the return on the white stallion and the trumpets blaring, or is it shofars, the ram's horn that Jericho. We'll get to a Jericho march later, but this thing of this corruption, the stink of darkness is so abominable.
It's unbelievable. Apparently, I just heard it this morning. An example.
No, catch me up. Have you heard?
Well, you've heard all the generals coming up, and everything's fine. We killed them. We wiped them out. We did all this.
This is Iran.
Apparently, there was over 40 jets downed. American jets downed.
I heard that as well. At a tune of
something like how many billion?
I think it was 20 to 40 billion.
$1 billion lost, and just that billion.
And that's not the cost of the $1 billion a day war.
And they never told
and this is now over
they never
70
told
days.
the American people that. They just said,
Why
there's
would you?
one, there's two going down.
Why would you?
Well, because all they do is lie. And everybody Trump brings into power, especially this eternal Attorney General. What?
He better not be Eternally General.
Well, yeah, you know what I'm trying to say.
Yes, Todd Blanche.
Yeah, he's just mud in corruption, in my opinion. So actually, they all are. They actually
every single one.
Every one. Well, that's all he does is replace people, whether they're qualified. It doesn't matter if they're qualified for the position, as long as they do what the dictator tells them to do.
That's right.
And that's what you've got down there. And I can't see it coming out pretty. And unfortunately, I can't see it coming out too pretty for his neighbors.
He's missing the aviator sunglasses and the Cuban cigar, but he is a Castro type. He's a dictator.
Oh, yeah.
He is a Maduro type, the guy he invaded Venezuela to toss out. The question is, who is the world going to go and toss out of the United States? Would anybody dare to come and take Trump out the way he took out Maduro, the way he's talking about, he's talking about Greenland again. I don't know whether you heard that one this week.
Oh, God. Well, there's a reason why that administration's building a $1 billion bunker, because he plans to stay, and he knows there's going to be a lot of people who don't like the idea that he's staying.
Is he going to be buried in that bunker?
Well, I don't think
he doesn't want to be buried at his golf course in Bedminster with his wife, his
I think
ex-wife.
if anybody's made a deal with the devil, it's him. So he may be around for a long, long time.
Well, speaking of the ballroom, I guess, do you have to still call it that? I'm not sure. There's a court injunction now to stop it. So I'm hoping reason prevails, and I'm hoping the next president-elect will take his name off everything and take down...
You think there's going to be another president?
I am a systems person. I believe in processes and it's the long arc of the law. It's not immediate. My frustration is that can't you get rid of him while he's doing this stuff?
Well, anybody else would be, but he is that much. The one thing about it is you or the people behind him.
You got 10 seconds. Wrap it up.
Is they have control. And it's by fear, just like any other dictator. You don't agree, you're jailed.
Fear. We'll take up that theme on the next podcast. The Jim and Terry Show, back in the Hobbit Hole. Bye-bye for now.
Goodbye.
It's complicated, this relationship I have with my morning coffee. It's from the way that I...